This quick video is for the jaded optimist. I am sitting on the floor, which is now where my bed resides in Texas. And I just saw your comment about your son dating a girl who has multiple tattoos. And that I have multiple tattoos. And you are correct. I do. And you asked me to weigh in. So let me tell you what I think about tattoos. There's what I think, and there's what God thinks, and then there's grace, okay, as I understand it. We're told in Leviticus not to make marks upon our body. Some of us come to Levitical law later in life than our tattoos came to us, so we're stuck with what we got. And laser tattoo removal is not an option for me. I'm a large man. I got a lot of square footage here. You know what I mean? I'll be bankrupt. It's just not going to happen. That being said, all of the tattoos that I have, I got during my metal days when I was a metalhead and a drummer in a metal band. So they don't represent who I am, but they're a great compare-contrast for who I was versus who I am. So it's a great storytelling tool for when I talk about my testimony with people. And because I have tattoos, I have literally been spit on in line at the grocery store by people who were Christians because of my tattoos. Okay? Not really getting that whole, judge not lest ye be judged, love your neighbor thing. But, I digress. I derailed my train of thought. I've literally been spit on by people who were Christians telling me I was going to go to hell after I came back to the Messiah. So that was fun. But because I have these tattoos, it also gives me an in into certain subsections of the population that would not otherwise be comfortable with talking about Yeshua Jesus. So, tiger can't change his stripes, neither can I, but I can use it as camouflage. So Leviticus says don't make marks upon your body. Well, too late, I did it. So now I'm highly dependent, completely dependent upon grace to cover that. Okay, because it's done. It's done. But when I see people with tattoos, I don't judge them because they have tattoos. Tattooing is an art form. Like it may not be an acceptable art form to a lot of the world or to the Father, but it does take. The guy who did my work is absolutely an artist. His name is Jesse Wicks in New York. You can look him up if you want. He's a phenomenal tattoo artist and just artist, period. He draws, he paints, and he tattoos, and he has skill. So a lot of people seem to get tattoos for three reasons: to memorialize something, to express themselves by having art on their body, or to wear their heart on their sleeve, literally, to get their demons from the inside to the outside, where they can see them, to take dominion over their own flesh. So I don't judge people that have tattoos because they very well may not know Levitical law, make no marks upon your body. I didn't. I was born into and raised in the church, but nobody sat down with me on Sunday school and was like, look, you shouldn't get tattoos because it violates subsection A, verse 12, chapter B, 17 of the, that discussion was never had. So I don't think tattoos make you a bad person. And I do think that there are lots of really good people with tattoos. So what I would tell you is people with tattoos, first and foremost, are people. And secondly, they're just wearing their brokenness on the outside where you can see it. And that gives you a big advantage with dealing with people, because a lot of people wear their brokenness on the inside where you can't see it. So, it's the whole judge not lest ye be judged, New Testament, versus judge and judge righteously according to the law, Old Testament. So what I would ask you is, what does your gut tell you about this girl? Is she the right one for your son? Tattoos notwithstanding. Take the tattoos out of the equation. Maybe she had a beautiful complexion and, the finest skin you've ever seen, completely unblemished with no tattoos whatsoever. If she was a scumbag, she'd still be a scumbag. And if she was a good girl, she'd still be a good girl. So I would look at it from that aspect, because I have lots of tattoos. Miss Harmony has tattoos. Most of my good friends. In fact, I'm drawing a blank thinking of a good friend that does not have tattoos. So I would count it as a blessing that you can see some of her brokenness right there on the outside, and maybe even commend her for putting it on display for the whole world to see. And when I say brokenness, understand that most people don't view tattoos that way, but I guess what I would say is you're getting a window into who she is by looking at the artwork that she's chosen to adorn herself with. So what your gut tells you is what your gut tells you, tattoos notwithstanding. And above and beyond all of that, talk to the Father about it, and He will tell you. But make sure when you talk to your son about this girl that the words that come out of here are his words, not your words. And do not condemn. Because I can tell you, as somebody with tattoos who's been condemned by people without, judged from a distance because of how I look, it's not a good feeling. She may simply not know. Nobody may have ever told her. So I say that, I speak this truth to you in all humility as I understand it, and I hope this is helpful to you. And go with grace, my brother. Talk to the Father. He'll lead you in the right direction. Good night.